the first NHL player to openly defy the league's ban on Pride tape, with the rainbow-colored tape clearly visible on his stick handle Saturday night. The founder of the Pride tape movement says he wasn't surprised. Dermott has supported LGBTQ causes throughout his career. As soon as the ban was announced, Dermott ordered more.
We knew he was going to use it. It was just a matter of when.
Some fans were also quick to show their support on social media, posting pictures of their own Pride tape and even ordering Dermott jerseys.
This is Travis Dermott, a 26-year-old defenseman for the Arizona Coyotes. He is the first player to openly defy this man.
I've suggested that it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it's become a distraction.
NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, who banned the use of Pride tape.
The league reportedly said it will review Dermott's use of the Pride tape as a possible violation of the ban.
All of the efforts and emphasis on the importance of these various causes have been undermined by the distraction in terms of which teams, which players. This way, we're keeping the focus on the game.
It's literally just players wanting to show their allyship through like a couple tiny pieces of tape.
This sports analyst says this is a mess of the NHL's own making, since initially it allowed the use of Pride tape, then changed its mind.
So if Travis Dermott gets away with this unscathed, I think you're going to see more players do it. And if the NHL punishes him for it, it's possible that even more players do it.
I call on Morgan and Connor McDavid, who also spoke on this yesterday, and any player around the league who thinks this is a ridiculous decision. What's the league going to do about it? Going to suspend Connor McDavid for wearing tape in a pregame warmup? Suspend Morgan Riley, the Leafs' best defenseman? Really? Explain it to Rodgers and Bell and everyone paying billions of dollars for hockey rights, how players are sitting out. I dare the National Hockey League to come down on a player like that. This is not an inclusive game. But I'm not stunned, because if I look for any moral high ground or leadership, I go through a lot of other leagues, a lot of advocacy groups, this coffee table, and the NHL's below it. I'm not looking at the NHL for a thing. Not for a thing. So I'm angry. I'm not surprised they did this, but I'm angry. And I call on some of the most important players in the league to tell them where to go on it.
To be clear, Dermott is going against Bettman and the NHL's Board of Governors after they released a memo reaffirming Pride tape would no longer be allowed on the ice. Jeff McLean is one of the co-founders of Pride tape. On Dermott's support, he said, "It means everything. It's so incredibly powerful. With tape not being allowed on the ice for warm-ups, we know from history how important these visual messages are. It just takes one person to do something powerful." In essence, the NHL caved because a few players, Ivan Provorov, formerly of the Philadelphia Flyers, the Stahl brothers, and a few other players, James Reimer, another of the San Jose Sharks, cited their religious beliefs as reasons why they would not wear any semblance of the rainbow whatsoever on Pride nights, Pride-themed jerseys, Pride tape. Minnesota Wild defenseman John Merrill doesn't care about the NHL's actions. If anyone does it, what's the league going to do? Take me off the ice, give me a penalty? Then you look bad as a league. I don't know, it's upsetting, just disappointing. Riley would add, "I'm going to continue to support people and causes that I think are important and are worthy of the support, regardless of whatever rules get put in place about tape or attire or jerseys or whatever. I want to continue to do what I think is right." Sid Ziegler of Outsports would also put this in his piece to share a bit of a perspective. Dermott's use of the Pride tape is a total disaster for the NHL. The league is now forced to hand down some punishment for his expression of LGBTQ inclusion in men's hockey. If the NHL punishes Dermott, the league is fining or suspending a player for demonstrating support for a community that has long felt rejected by men's hockey. If the league does nothing, the floodgates are open. Your move, NHL. Deadspin Sam Fels would add the following: "This was the mess the league created for itself by making noise about the issue when all it had to do was nothing. Let players who want to have the tape and jerseys show their support do so. And those who don't, maybe they'll have to explain for themselves why they didn't. And then they would be separate from the league's position. It was so simple. But no, the NHL once again gave in to hockey's temperament, that all that matters is team and togetherness, and that no one can be left on their own to speak for themselves, even if they are ignorant bigots. Instead of letting the Provorovs and Stalls of the world look stupid on their own, the NHL thought it could get away with everyone just being quiet, which really meant everyone looks stupid.